Hey guys, it's Jamie. First, thank you so much to all my new subscribers for your comments and subscribing. It's super awesome to have you guys on board and to be going through this journey with me. So I have a video today, and it's not going to be everyone's jam. It's not a typical video, but it's really on my heart. I actually started this video like 4 different times because I don't know how to say what I want to say, but this is really important to me. So in the past month, my husband and I have had 2 people that we care deeply about kill themselves. And it's really sad. And it's really heartbreaking to think about the level of despair and discouragement and hopelessness that has led these individuals that we care about to make this decision. And it's caused me to do a lot of self-reflecting, because there was a time in my life that I felt that level of despair and discouragement, and that I tried to kill myself as well. I was 19, and I had been attacked, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know how to feel anything but fine, and I started taking pills because I thought that would make me happy, and it just made it worse, and I ended up in a dual diagnosis ward for drug-addicted suicidal people. And that might be way more information than you need from somebody making videos about weight loss. But let me tell you why that's relevant and why it's so important and why this video is so on my heart. I think that when we're overweight, sometimes we put so much stock and so much hope in this thought of what the future will look like if we're thinner or we're healthier. We think, if I just get down to this goal weight, if I were just thinner, then maybe I'd have a boyfriend, or maybe I'd have a better job, or maybe I'd feel more confident, or maybe I'd have more friends. If I could just wear these clothes, then I would feel better about myself. If I could just do this thing, then I would be happy. But the problem, when you start putting all your hope in that, or all your expectation in that, is that it's hard to be satisfied, because how thin is thin enough that will make you happy? How popular is popular enough? Will you ever be loved enough by somebody else to fill this hole in your heart? And I can tell you that as you lose weight, it's a constant mind game, even when people give you compliments. My husband and I joke about it all the time. We recently went out and saw a bunch of people that I hadn't seen in almost a year, and people were blown away. People didn't even recognize me, literally. They reintroduced themselves to me. And then they made all these comments to me about like how great I look and how wonderful everything is, and comments to my husband. And they said things like, oh, you have a real looker on your hands now, or it's like being married to a whole new woman. And it's hard. It's actually like hard on your heart in some ways, because it starts to make you feel like who you were was not adequate, but this new person who is more attractive or thinner is suddenly adequate, or worthy of my husband's love, or worthy of attention. And it's hard to wrap your head around that and what that means. And my husband is wonderful, and we're walking away, and he whispers, I've always thought you've been a looker, or like, I've always been proud to have you on my arm. And that's so important. But it's this constant mind game. It's complicated to look in the mirror and not completely recognize your face. As suddenly you're getting cheekbones and you're getting a chin, and things are changing, and you're not who you've been for years and years. That's really hard on your psyche. And it can feel sometimes even like, oh, that's my stomach. I'm sorry, I'm kind of hungry. Your stomach will make lots of noises now when you're hungry. So the point of this is that there's this buildup and there's this expectation and you're getting there and you're excited, but there's still this part of you that feels unfulfilled or feels insecure or feels worried that it's not good enough. You know, as you start to lose weight and your body starts to change and your skin starts to sag and things aren't quite going back together the way that you want them to be, you start to think, what if it's never good enough? What if I'm never good enough? When you look at other people's before and after pictures, because we all do it, and you're looking and you're thinking, I'm never going to look like that girl. My surgery is not going to do that thing that it did for her, because her starting weight was where I'm at now, and I've already lost 120 pounds. It plays with your mind. And that's the point of this video. The point of this video, without being completely preachy, is to say that your hope and your joy and your satisfaction and your fullness of life has to come from something more than this surgery. It has to. It has to. Because this is not enough. It's not enough to sustain you. It's not enough to make you feel loved. It's not enough to make you feel confident. It's not enough to make you feel successful. It's not enough to fill that hole. And you need to have an amazing support system around you. You need to have people in your corner who believe in you and cheer for you and root for you and remind you of who you are and remind you of what's important and remind you that the essence of you is so much more than what you weigh. There will be haters. There will totally be haters. And so you have to find good people to surround yourself with and then listen to what they say. You have to get help. I think that everyone who has this journey should have a counselor at some point, because it's hard and it's complicated, and there's no shame in that. There's no shame in talking to somebody who is objective, who can listen to you, who can give you perspective. And you have to make a list of all the things that are amazing about you, and then remember that list. And last, someday I'll probably make a whole video about my faith journey, because it's super important to me. But I believe absolutely in this journey that you have to find something bigger than right now and bigger than yourself to believe in. If all of your hope is in today, then it's sad. Today has no promises. Today has no guarantees. There are things that could go wrong. You could lose all your weight and you could get cancer. You could lose all your weight and your spouse could die. You could lose all your weight and lose your job. And so you have to have hope and faith in something bigger than this moment and bigger than today and bigger than yourself. I know what it's like to be so hurt and so lost that you think anything is better than this. It would be better to feel nothing than to feel this. I know what it's like to feel like, forget a 5-year plan, I just need a 2-minute plan. I just need to know how I'm going to breathe through these next few minutes. And I have to say that if that becomes where you're at, if that becomes your journey, there are people out there and resources out there who will help you. And I have to say that suicide is so permanent. It is so permanent, and it is so unkind. I know that people hate when people say that suicide is selfish, but it is. It's selfish, and it's unkind to the people who are left behind, who don't get to walk with you through this experience, who don't get to see you change and grow and flourish. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that when I tried to kill myself, it didn't work, because look at all this life that I've experienced. Like, I fell in love, and I got an amazing job, and I have amazing friends, and I found self-confidence, and I went on this health journey, and all of those things happened because I had it tomorrow, and then I had it tomorrow after that, and then I had it tomorrow after that, and it didn't all get better right away, and it didn't all change momentarily. It was a struggle, but it did get better. It did get better. And so If there are people who are watching this video who are struggling with depression or who are thinking about suicide, know that you are loved. You're so loved. You're so loved, and you're so valuable, and you are so worth fighting for. You need to fight for you. Nobody else can fight for you until you fight for you. But let me tell you, brother or sister, you are worth fighting for. That's the whole point of this journey, right? Right? Is saying, I'm worth it. I'm worth struggling through this. So, this was an emotional video, and we're going to go back to our regularly scheduled program where we talk about food and clothes and loose skin and all of those things, but nothing is more important than this. If you need a friend, if you need someone to talk to, email me. For the love of God, like, send me an email or a message. Find me on Facebook. Make a comment on this. I will talk to you. I will help you find resources that can help you. I say this at the end of all my videos, and it's especially important on this one. Thank you so much for rooting for me, and you have to know that I am rooting for you, and I believe in you, and you are more valuable and more important than the size of your clothes any day.